Turiaf had been playing so well before re-injuring that knee. And Brendan Haywood will get the nod for Dampier. So Carlisle changes his announced starting lineups.
So Tolliver goes to the bench, as does Hunter. Gives them added depth. Let's see how this group starts out with a smaller lineup.
Maggette driving. They open with Butler on Maggette, and Nowitzki was guarding Morrow. And so the Warriors will cross-match that, as Maggette will guard Nowitzki on the other end.
Well, they forgot who the off-guard was. Nobody was in the backcourt with Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd has been more offensive-minded as of late.
See the pressure defense right at the outset.
Butler 3 is right through. Now,
Butler, there, but that's all right.
He doesn't make threes. 26% on the season.
And Sean Marion's even worse at 17%.
Turiaf kind of slipping in the lane. His timing will be off, not having played in 9 games. Butler missing there, and you just see Kidd, what he does. He'll come up with rebounds and steals. He's become a great set shot three-point shooter.
Monte Ellis hit him right across the bridge of the nose.
Haywood bothered by Turiaf, and Roney with a rebound. Bill Spooner, Mark Ayotte, Rodney Mott blowing the whistles tonight. Morrow missing that 3.
It's interesting with Nowitzki on him like that. There maybe think his length can bother him on three-point shooting. Morrow's been very hot three-point shooting against his club.
Kidd.
He can shoot the open 3.
Missing there, and Haywood kind of a flat-footed rebound. Maggette will knock it out of bounds. Still Dallas ball. Yeah, Jason Kidd has turned himself into a 42% three-point shooter. He just had never done that before.
Yeah, this year. Doesn't take a lot of shots.
Driving and Curry knocking that away. You could see Kidd there. In younger days, he would try to finish that. He was looking to pass the entire time on that drive.
Yeah, not looking to finish, and good pursuit there. But he can draw the pass. They're looking for Marion inside. That's where he likes to score. That little pogo stick.
Oh, Turiaf with the block, but the goaltend in the process. Love that weak side help.
Ooh, I'm not sure about that goaltend. He got up there very quickly. That ball was still going up. That ball was still, it had not reached the peak.
Maggette working with Monte, finishing on the other side. Now Haywood is a legitimate shot blocker, as is Dampier. Monte did a great job using the iron to protect himself.
He just kept on going. Didn't get the ball initially. And Maggette gave him that late pass. The defender was trailing. This is, they know Kidd's not going to pull up and shoot from out there, but they are looking to put pressure on the ball. This will be a field goal attempt. Really on this play on the elbow, I like if the defender goes behind, you give him the ball right away. He was trying to fight over, so Maggette wisely waited and gave him the late pass and did a nice job turning to make the pass, and in that way he very subtly knocked off his defender.
And that was the key word, subtle.
Yes.
If you do the Vlade Divac and stick your rear end out there, it's going to be an offensive foul. They look for that now.
It's not so subtle. That was a joke, folks. That's exactly right. You can also, use it with your elbow a little bit and hold him up like you did.
And I'm thinking of NASCAR. He didn't bump him. He didn't nudge him. He rubbed him. Getty jumper. Corey is shooting 53% from the field. He has had wonderful first quarters to get the Warriors off to a good offensive start in recent weeks.
He just comes out scoring, doesn't he? Gives him a nice dimension. And Ellis has picked up 2 fouls already in a little over 3 minutes.
Talked about Monte hitting Dallas for 46 points the last time they played. And so you definitely want to have him on the floor as much as possible against the Mavericks. But It's the size of Caron Butler. They never had that. They played Jason Terry a lot at off guard. Butler's trying to get the third foul on Monte. Turiaf tipping, but Marion and Morrow coming up with it. Curry jumper off the heel of the rim, right back to Maggette in a new 24.
Morrow's open. They didn't find him. They had him wide open. By the way, Bob, as we look at Monte make a little move, didn't get anything, but the finish. He's looking, he got written across the lane, and a beautiful little finish over the top. I was going to say something about Morrow. He's 11 of 17. He missed one game with a sore knee. He's 11 of 17 against this team from three-point range in 2 games.
Haywood will get to the line.
Monte, likes to get to the lane if he can. There's that little bump. They let it go. And he didn't mind at all because the defender, who was expecting a whistle, stopped on the play.
Brendan Haywood and Caron Butler coming over. Drew Gooden and Josh Howard. Singleton also heading to Washington. Haywood and Dampier, that's kind of acquired for playoff purposes. When you're dealing with Bynum and Gasol and Lamar Odom, having the 12 fouls and 2 7-footers, very important. Free throw split. Getty on that repost.
Now Morrow's got to cut through the lane. He just can't stand and wait for a shot with Nowitzki on him tonight.
So Torrey 3 of 3.
Butler gives him a lot of dimension. Driving, shooting from the outside.
Monte with a rebound.
He's a pretty complete player.
I'd say Monte Ellis is feeling it in his own right. Maggette 3 of 3. Monte 3 of 3. And the Warriors 6 of 8. Nowitzki has developed that fadeaway, Jim. And I don't care how tall you are, you never get to it.
I've never seen Nowitzki play 5 minutes in a game, though, without taking a shot. That was his first.
Morrow pulled the string, kind of guided that shot.
Been going to Butler here early on.
Caron Butler has answered. He's got 7.
He scored 25 in that loss to Portland.
This has not been a breakneck tempo. This is more what the Mavericks might prefer against the Warriors. But both teams like to run. And Maggette may never miss. He drops it in and draws the foul.
It's a nice little matchup, and you see Caron Butler come over and talk to him. He just comes back from deep in the lane. You see the rotation on the ball. Now you're going to see the foul.
Now I got to ask.
Into him.
I got to ask you this: Curry and Morrow and these guys, they come out and they shoot a whole bunch. Maggette never comes out, and yet he's red hot in most first quarters. How's that possible?
He knows his game. He warms up, and he doesn't consider himself to be a shooter. He considers himself to be a scorer. And what's his first move generally? Driving to the hoop, or just a short little jump shot before a dribble. And then he gets active.
Nowitzki unable to finish that.
Turiaf has made a difference already. Big difference. This is where Morrow's got to move. They're going to give him that shot. See, they respect his move to the hoop much more than that outside shot. And
he's been first miss. Butler sent away by Turiaf. Haywood with the rebound. Morrow picked his pocket. Monte wanted the return.
Well, you wind up with that pass that's just telegraphed and couldn't get it through. They had a layup.
Still be Warrior ball. 5:38 remaining in the first. Yeah, does Ronny Turiaf make a difference? A couple rebounds. A couple spectacular blocks. Maggette and Monte are off to a brilliant beginning. Well, that's the thing, Jamie, is you got to go back 25 years to Jordan, since any rookie did it 5 times. And when it's LeBron, Wade, and then Steph Curry in the league overall this year?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And you kind of marvel at those stats.
And no, not Tyreek Evans, Brandon Jennings. They have none. No 30-10 games. Steph's got 5. And Maggette pick up another foul. What's nice about what Corey's doing here is Butler had been hot for Dallas. So Maggette now tags Butler with 2 fouls. And Rick Carlisle's got a decision. And this is where the depth of Dallas is really impressive. And as Jim Carrey looks on, is that you have Jason Terry, then you have Beaubois, who's had a wonderful rookie year. You have Dampier. They just have a lot of different ways they can play you. And so Caron Butler will sit down. He starts chewing the straws. They allowed him to do that. That's kind of his habit.
But only off the court.
Right.
Not during game action. How about Jason Terry, though, coming back from that fractured eye socket?
There's nothing on that straw. He just likes chewing straws. Nowitzki, no double coming. Wheels in the lane, and that's the worst of every world. If you're going to foul Nowitzki, then foul him, or you're going to let him go, then let him go. But hey, at 7 feet tall, the little tap reach in is not going to stop him in any way.
Well, it's so tempting. You try to slap the ball, but yeah, rather than kind of body him there, if you know he's getting by you, you just, instead of going at him and bumping, just go away from him. Let him have it.
You know, from year 1 to year 2, where will Steph Curry improve? What will be an area that he could look to be even better? And it will be silly fouls.
Yeah.
You know, just something to stop. He's too valuable to the team on the floor.
But he's too valuable as someone, as a thief, because he steals a lot of those balls too.
No question.
So you pick your spots.
Reggie Williams checking in. Curling out that first jumper. The alley-oop to Nowitzki. And Turioff bothered him just enough. Steph faked the pass. Floated it up. Marion, good job on the weak side. And out of bounds to the Warriors.
They're hustling.
Curry battled with Marion and Kidd. And there's the Warriors, a new possession.
Tried to get it up and over. Sean Marion. And stayed with the play. Earned them a possession. See what they get on the out-of-bounds play. This had a little elbow play again. Now, Maggette had an eye on it to shoot because Kidd had to lay off. He's thinking that Monte may turn that corner again like he did when he scored earlier in this quarter.
Corey Maggette has got 13 of the Warriors' 19 on 5 of 6 shooting. Marion, that little praying mantis jumper.
He likes a little 12-footer. He's good at that. And he's a great slasher.
You said, though, they got him off the three-point line. That had not been his major strength. Turioff knocked away. It's still Warrior ball.
That's where the layoff will hurt Roney there. Missing the last 9 games.
Jason Terry, let's say Phantom of the Opera mask. He had a broken eye orbit taking an elbow from Corey Brewer. Missed only 5 games and came back.
It's amazing to me just
how tough do you got to be to do that?
I'll tell you what, that's got to be a very good protective mask because he's not healed.
Turioff, excellent 8 minutes as Chris Hunter checks in.
Turioff has more than helped this club give him a lead here.
I'd say he's worked on that three-point shot, but missing there.
And put pressure on the ball to stop it. So Kidd just can't run down to spots on the floor.
This is where Kidd's been good. That set shot 3, but missing. Reggie Williams will track it down. Go by Nowitzki. Reggie down the lane. Had it knocked away, and then Monte had it blocked. That's the size of the Mavericks.
Yeah, but that was a judgment there. Took it to trouble. Both players did. Reggie tried to get through the open space.
Eduardo Nájera will check in. I'll say this as nicely as I can. He was somehow mysteriously injured in New Jersey and became miraculously healthy when he came to the Mavericks.
Well, they're going to change that rule. Nice poke away.
Curry coming up with a steal.
There's your three-point shooter.
Hunter tipping it in beautifully. Soft and gentle over the front iron. Rick Carlisle's going to use a timeout. Warriors are shooting it at 50%, limiting Dallas to 40% shooting. Steph Curry, he and Kidd, 120 steals or more. The Warriors on the offensive glove gets off to hot start after hot start after hot start. You don't see him warm up that much. He just a veteran that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's at 83%, 5 of 6 shooting already, and gone to the free throw line 3 times, made them all. He's got 13 to lead each team. Nobody else in double figures, and he just has a feel for it. And does he play with confidence? As well he should.
It gives them a place to go offensively to begin every game. They drew 2 fouls on Caron Butler, and he had to leave.
And he just accepts that responsibility.
It's Monte, Curry, Hunter, Maggette, and Reggie Williams. Jason Terry blocked by Hunter, and it'll be Warrior ball. Hunter and Turioff have defended the rim beautifully.
Hunter's become so much more active at the defensive end and confident in his abilities. He used to stand and watch when he first came here. Now he's asserting himself. He's got length and good timing. Had a heck of a block last game against Memphis, you could recall. That's a tougher shot.
Getty missing it short. Nájera with Kidd. Rodrigue Beaubois, the French rookie.
Another steal reaching in, but it will go back to Dallas. But the Warriors are aggressive. I love what they're doing defensively. They're just not letting Kidd run the show and go wherever he wants.
Now, normally it's Don Nelson going small. It's Rick Carlisle going small.
They've done that a lot.
Yeah, you put Beaubois, Terry, and Kidd all in there together. Nájera's your center, so Don Nelson matches up with Tolliver. The Mavs, the first team to go to 3 guards here.
Curry stayed down. Nice job.
Nájera will hit a 3.
That's found money for them.
24% on the year. Dallas is 2 of 4 on threes. The Warriors have yet to make one. Mavs are 9th in the league from three-point land. Warriors are 3rd. Curry down the lane and
try to get Maggette, but it's got to be a bounce pass there.
You see the speed of Beaubois. Tolliver with a rebound.
Right while they're shooting poorly. That's what Dallas, they're shooting poorly, so see if the Warriors can convert here.
Getty putting it up and out in a blocking foul. You know, Nájera, he's famous. He's going to fall down every time.
He loves to take charges.
He's usually very good at it.
I believe this would never have been a whistle had Corey converted the drive.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's the feel of the game. Warrior season ticket holders place a renewal deposit towards next year's season tickets will be entered for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Vegas to see the Warriors participate in the 2010 Summer League. The offer available only during tonight's game at 888-GSW-WHO. Press 1 and account service rep ready to talk to you. And Jim, Ronnie Nunn does a show called Making the Call. It's on NBA TV. And he talks about marginal contact versus illegal contact. Marginal, if Maggette had laid that in. Illegal, when the bump caused him to miss the layup.
Affects the play.
Beaubois dropping in. The jumper.
I like that show with Ronnie Nunn.
Beaubois out of Guadeloupe, France, the same island as Michael Petrus. He was the 25th pick in this past year's draft. Another Frenchman. Ellis jumper is flat.
When he carry off Martinique.
Look at Beaubois, 94 feet, draws the foul, lays it up and in. You better stop the ball when he has it.
He comes in looking to score. There's no question about it.
The question is he a point guard? He really isn't. He's sort of an energy off guard. It's a little undersized. And he's moved ahead of Berea, who had been the de facto point guard. Who came in when Kidd rested. So both teams 9 of 20 from the field. Marion's length has bothered Monte. The three-point shooting has not been there. The Warriors are 0 for 4 from distance.
And Williams has missed his first 3 shots. He wants to get going to the hoop next. And Nahara had made 10 three-pointers coming in tonight. All season long, he's made 2 here in the first quarter since he entered the game.
That's the NBA. Reggie Williams, a 48% three-point shooter, misses 2. Nahara, 24, makes 2. Reggie Williams gets his first bucket.
And he's smart. See, he's missed 3 shots. You know he's going to go to the basket with it. The Mavs can shoot a lot better. We know that. We're starting it here.
12th best shooting team in the league. Field goal percentage, and Kidd.
They didn't have a foul to give.
Maggette had been in the bonus by himself. Corey will shoot 2. We'll get C.J. Watson into the ball game.
Guess that only advantage will give Dallas the last shot of the quarter.
Monte,
kind of a strange foul.
6 points, a rebound and assist. He had the 2 early fouls, but then played the rest of the quarter okay. Corey Maggette, top 5 shooter in the NBA this month. Offense for defense here as Nowitzki will check in.
Get a better long-range shooter with Nowitzki. Let's see the matchup here, because look for Nowitzki to possibly post up for the final shot of the quarter.
Maggette, 7 of 7 from the line. A 17-point first quarter for Corey Maggette.
And they needed every one of them.
The 8, shot clock off.
They just spring carry right along the baseline. He goes either way.
Maggette at 5. Skip pass to CJ to end the quarter. Well, Corey Maggette goes 5 of 7. The rest of the Warriors go 5 of 16. And so through the first quarter, it's Maggette holding off the Mavs by himself. As Dallas gets 7 from Caron Butler early and leads by 4 after the first 12 minutes. A lot of looks that they normally knock down. They haven't hit any threes yet, but right with the Mavericks through 1. Nahara, Nowitzki, Jason Terry, Beaubois, and Kidd. Nahara traveled. Rick Carlisle, this is intriguing to me. The play Beaubois, Terry, and Kidd. This is right in the Warriors' wheelhouse. He doesn't have Haywood and Dampier, and they're both super tall. And so Warriors with C.J. Watson, Curry, Reggie Williams, Tolliver, and Maggette.
Maybe concerned when they were playing the bigger lineup. The Warriors were a little smaller. The Warriors were scoring better, shooting better.
Steph is 0 for 3. Beaubois has Tolliver switched out on him. Launched that 3 right through.
He's hurt them.
Beaubois 38% on threes, 51% from the field.
He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Getty ticking iron.
This is why you need to run and get to the basket.
But there's no shot blockers in for the Mavericks. The Warriors are settling for jumpers. Nowitzki will pick up a foul. When you don't have Dampier or Hayward in there, go to the rim. Morrow will check in and give Kidd his first rest. Corey Maggette with 17 points. Sit down as Devin George checks in. George, a former Maverick. Devin George will be called for a foul as Nowitzki set the screen. Do not want to put the Mavs into an early bonus. They are the best free throwing team in the NBA.
Make sure they're set.
Don Nelson thought when the whistle blew that it was going to be on Nowitzki for a moving screen, and not
Dallas.
for George for running into it. Beaubois hit 1-3. Make it 2. Wow.
They started 6 of 15. They've gone 8 of 10 since then, and including, I believe, 3 threes.
No, they're 5 of 7 from distance. Shooting cures everything. Curry did get to the iron there. And off of Beaubois and Perea. Here comes Perea moving. Beaubois hit 3 straight threes, and Don Nelson is going to take a timeout. The Frenchman has them flying in from distance. Mavericks 6 of 8 on threes. Warriors yet to make one. Dallas, their biggest lead is right now.
Also making some moves, and that brings us to our CSNBayArea.com poll question. Which team do you think helped itself the most at the trade deadline? A, Charlotte, B, Cleveland, C, Dallas, D, Milwaukee, or E, Portland? You can log on to CSNBayArea.com. Click Warriors to cast your vote. We'll have the results in Warriors postgame live.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that is if you look at Cleveland now, they got Antoine Jameson for free because Ilgauskas has come back and re-signed, so they gave up nothing.
But, you know, it's interesting because Milwaukee, 15-4, they were 24-28. They were 4 games under 500 before that trade. They weren't going to make the playoffs possibly. You know, you forget about them. They've been playing great ball, and that's not good ball there.
Nahara coming up with a steal. And Curry rebounding the Beaubois miss. Dante back in the game. The Warriors have made one of their last 10 shots, while the Mavericks are on a 23-4 run.
Well, Dallas's transition defense has never been better. They're limiting the Warrior runouts. And the Warriors aren't getting easy shots.
Beaubois touched that last, and Mavericks ran the lob for him at only 6 feet tall. So Curry 0 for 5. Reggie Williams 1 for 4. Morrow was 0 for 2. The Warriors need to find a hot hand. Shooting woes continue.
They're bumping Reggie a little bit, and it's throwing him off his shot on the dribble. Nahara's going to get a third. He's going to get an air ball.
Nice knockdown by Jason Terry, though. Stop that run out. Nowitzki unable to finish. C.J. Watson poked it away. C.J.'s fouled. Dallas defensively is right in the middle of the league. They're 16th in field goal percentage defense. You can score against them. They allow 100 points a game. The Warriors were 9 of 20 at one point, and it was just ice cold. They had to make a field goal in the quarter until now.
What killed the Warriors in the first quarter is in the last 3 minutes, the Mavs scored 15 points in the last 3 minutes of that quarter. That's a bundle, and they haven't stopped.
Devin George, good overplay and a steal.
So that's you could see that one coming. Terry had that one eyed.
5 turnovers apiece.
Any kind of contact, they're going to call it, because George made a steal a moment ago, and there was contact that went uncalled. And Nowitzki knew that.
Anthony Morrow will check in. Steph Curry scuffle a little bit. 0 for 5, 3 rebounds and assists. Hasn't scored in the game. He's coming off that 30-11 game.
He hasn't had many bad games this year. Not saying he's having a bad game tonight because he's got a long time to go here, but everybody's getting to the three-point act. I talked about the three-point shooting. Not only, and I forgot to mention, not only the Warriors in, but they've got to defend three-point shooters out here tonight too.
Dallas is 9th in the league from three-point line. Warriors are 3rd. Oh, wow, beautiful block. So he's going to track it down. Shot clock at 7. Nobody in a white jersey can make a jump shot. This is system-wide as far as Getty's the only player having any kind of offensive evening.
There's always a bailout. He loves the preacher line. He just loves to go right up. There it is. That's what he loves, that area.
Nowitzki's got 8, but it's Beaubois 14, Terry's 4, and Nahara's 6 off the bench. Evan George can't break the seal from three-point land. Evan George is your center right now in the game. Dallas has gone small and beaten the Warriors at their own game with the made threes. Ray right through traffic. They've pushed it all the way to 20. A 4-point lead at the end of one, and all Mavericks here in the second quarter, with the Warriors in an absolute cold spell shooting the basketball. 7 and admission completely free. For more on the Warriors Road Viewer Party, go to Warriors.com. Whole team started the game 9 of 20 shooting. Dallas since then is 10 of 13, and the Warriors are 2 of 13.
I just keep going back though to that 3:18 mark, Bob, in the first quarter. Warriors had a 5-point lead, 21-16. Since that time, the Mavs have gone 13 of 18, including 6 of 7 from three-point range. And the Warriors, 2 of 15.
I think they made a calculated mistake that with Nowitzki and Nahara in there, the Warriors are settling for jumpers instead of going inside with no shot blocking for Dallas.
But they tried to go inside. Beaubois blocked the shot.
Rea finally misses a 3. Warriors unable to secure the rebound. Nowitzki, Devin George matchup's going to be a tough one.
Well, Nowitzki, he shoots over people who are 6'10", so he's having a field day right now.
I think driving to the rim again is open as Monte takes the lid off the bucket. Nowitzki knocked away. Devin George had vision on the ball.
But Dirk's a better shooter than passer. We know that.
Monte's got the quick Berea on him.
He had the jump shot. That's a nice play.
Devin George, an offensive rebound.
He got position, and then he got Nowitzki backed under the basket, so he just went right up. But Monte, it seems, would rather shoot off the dribble than just catch and shoot, because he had a catch-and-shoot jumper initially. Warriors go to the zone here.
Yep, the zone look at that 3-2.
This guy has been incredible in this first half.
Beaubois was 16 off the bench in 10 minutes. He's 6 of 7 shooting the ball. Dropped in 3 threes. It's wide open in the lane, and Monte Ellis has figured it out.
Well, they got Nowitzki and Nahara high, and he just stood all and went down the gut.
4:24 remaining in the first half. Rick Carlisle is going to use the timeout. His gamble has paid off mightily. Going small, the Warriors have not taken advantage of it until Ellis with the last 2 drives. Monte's got 10, Maggette 17, but Warriors will need their perimeter game to come around. They have dug a very big hole.
In line.
Beaubois has made 4 threes. and has 19 in the first half. The depth of Dallas has been brilliant. Their bench killed the Warriors the last time they met with 54 points. They're on the way to doing the same.
Well, their last win against the Clippers, March 23rd, they lost Portland after that. Last game they played. Nowitzki gets it here. Let's watch Kid. Sure.
Eddie comes back for the rebound.
They had 62 points in the first half. Well, they're going to reach that, you would think, right now, or more. And they're 12-1 when they score 60 or more in the first half.
That 8 of 13 from three-point land is tough to beat a team when they're doing that. Tay missing the jumper. They've gotten away without playing Dampier or Haywood. The Warriors have just not gone inside. And another three by Beaubois.
People don't even know who this kid is, this rookie.
5 of 5 from three-point land, 8 of 9 from the field, 22 in the first half.
If there is a game ball at halftime, he'll get it. He just feels like the basket's 3 feet wide.
Maggette is fouled. Beaubois is 2 off his career high
already.
He's done it in a half. He's done it in 12 minutes. 22 points in 12 minutes. And he pulled the string short. This is just awful shooting by the Warriors. There's just no other way to say it. They're at 34%. Team that put up 78 in the first half against Memphis. And they don't even look like the same ball club. Curry is 0 for 6. Oh, Steph turned around the last second. A brilliant steal.
Yeah, had vision on the ball.
Marion blocking, and this will be a run-out breakaway for Sean Marion. Don Nelson's got to stop it again. Dallas has simply destroyed the Warriors in the second quarter. This was a 4-point game at the end of one, 31-27. The second quarter has been brutal. And for the Mavericks, their shooting's been incredible. For the Warriors, they're getting beaten at small ball, which rarely happens.
32-8. Since the first quarter.
Sportsnet Central tonight. Matt Morrison and Christine Nublo will have a recap of this one, particularly the second quarter. Sharks and Canucks, and A's and Giants winding down spring training tonight on Sportsnet Central.
We talked about that little jab, log jam when you're trying for the playoffs here in the West. Denver all the way down to Phoenix, 2 through 5. Only 1 win separating, or 2 wins separating those 5 teams.
Monte makes the first 3 of the night for the Warriors. 3rd best in the NBA in three-point shooting as a team, and yet they're 1 of 8.
Dallas has come ready to play.
Beaubois finally misses a 3. Curry contested it nicely.
Beaubois took a 4th shot.
Monte, driving when they have no interior presence.
But they're really jamming it up in there. So it sounds easier than you're able to do it. Had he gotten by Marion on that play, you still have Nahara, other people converging, and it's difficult to get all the way to the rim. Now, if anybody can, Monte can do it.
Yeah, the last 2 drives on Marion have yielded fouls. Maggette drew 1 and Monte drew 1, and that's something when you're a perimeter-oriented team and the jump shots aren't going. Can you think, hey, let's try to get to the foul line and just do something different?
Yeah, but the easiest way for them to drive is to get fast breaks. But when the other team is shooting at nearly 60%, or basically 59.5. That's 60.
Not a lot of misses to run off of.
Exactly. There are not a lot of runouts. And that's why I put down fast break opportunities. But who would know that Beaubois would come out here tonight and score 24 points in only 14 minutes of action?
Yeah, well, that's the depth is accentuated in that Monte and Maggette have 31 of the Warriors' 39 points. So they're not getting a lot of help. Dallas' bench has been ridiculous.
Well, Curry tried to throw it out to Monte.
Beaubois now has a career high in 1/2. Maggette following up that lob.
That was a heck of a pass, by the way. They haven't stopped playing. .78 points against Memphis in the first half. Right now, 37 points shy of that.
You're seeing Dallas and all their skills on full display. Shooting 60% for a half. Monte, that 3 contested by Beaubois. 6-second game and shot clock difference. That's the shot Kidd really has never made in his career. The mid-range jumper.
It puzzles me why he took that shot. Instead of run the clock down a little bit.
31-27 at the end of one, but all Dallas here in the second quarter. Reggie Williams from deep.
He's just not on it tonight. He's starting to aim the ball.
Well, the Warriors 34% shooting for the half. And from three-point land. Curry's 0 for 6. Williams 2 of 9. And they are in deep trouble against a Maverick team.
Be around the 3-1 area.
Well, first quarter, very decent. 31-27 Dallas. Second quarter was a complete clunker. 36-14. And there have not been many home quarters like that this year. Butler misfiring, and Turioff for the rebound. It's Turioff, Tolliver, Maggette with Monte Ellis and Steph Curry. Monte missing the 3.
They're now 1 of 11 from 3.
This is a team that has been over 40% on threes the last 20 games and had made 10 or more in 15 of those 20 games. Turioff played Nowitzki very well there.
I just knew, Bob, that they were going to need 3-point shooting tonight. That's why we made it one of the keys.
And these are the shots they're getting. That's a wide open 3, and Steph finally bottoms one. I mean, they're the 3rd best 3-point shooting team in the NBA, and this is not a fluke. It's just a matter of making the open ones. Marion looking for a seam, flipping it up and in. Had that backspin that pulled it back over iron. Naharon, Nowitzki, Marion with Butler and Kidd. It's a beautiful drive, just unable to finish. Marion will suck up that space and float that in. Shawn Marion used to like to shoot a lot of corner threes when he was a Phoenix Sun, but he's gotten away from that. And the Matrix still doing it defensively as he comes up with a steal.
Well, remember, he was an all-star back in 2003, averaged over 21 points a game.
Well, all you need to know if you just tuned in is that Eduardo Nájera has more threes made than the Warrior team. He's 3 of 4, and the Warriors are 2 of 12, and it's just been that kind of night. Getty been very efficient tonight. Corey's got 21 points on 7 of 12 shooting. Knocked away. Turioff played well in his first game back after missing 9. Monte missed the layup. It was a good delivery by Maggette. Turioff again, just bothering Butler at the iron. Dirk Nowitzki blocking Maggette. Ron Butler will drop in the jumper.
He tried to get a foul last time on Turioff. He argued with the official. Didn't really argue, but kind of looked at Rodney Mott and he said, okay, I'll just stop and shoot a jumper. And then he looked at Rodney Mott when he made the jumper like he's playing against him. Well, this is not starting out well in the third quarter either.
No, the Warriors have battled the best teams in the league in this building very well all season long, but there's not a lot to say when you're shooting 34% from the field. Monte played the defense there, knocked it off of Marion.
No, when Marion was in Phoenix, so he averaged, 19 something, and then 21, back to 19 again. And for 2 years in a row, he was a 38% three-point shooter, 39% three-point shooter, in fact, back in 2003. And now he doesn't settle for that at all. He's only made 3 all year and shooting at 17%. But he still has long arms and anticipation. Nowitzki's just taking the night off. I mean, he's now taken 10 shots, made 6, but he's not concerned about it. They had Beaubois to lean on through much of that first half.
And that three-point line's been awfully good to Dallas tonight. 11 of 17. 5 different players make a three. Curry dropping in the jumper. Steph had been 1 of 8 with those 5 turnovers. Like I said, we have not seen many games like that from him at all. Butler unable to finish that return, and Turioff with the rebound.
It's a good rebound between Butler and Nowitzki. You can see this turnover starting to happen.
Nowitzki knocked it away from Maggette. Marion blocked by Turioff again. He has been the one bright spot defensively. Roney has been good. And Curry now hits the three.
Well, we've seen runs before. Do they have it in them?
I'd like to see the Warriors have one run where they look like themselves a little bit. It's not been there after that first quarter. Nowitzki not getting any kind of contact fouls on Turioff, and Nahara picked up the foul after Tolliver pulled the rebound.
Nowitzki got hit on the arm, got hit on the wrist on his shot.
So C.J. Watson will check in. Monte Ellis will sit down.
He tried to lob it to Bill Spooner, didn't get it, but he was hit.
Getty, little turnaround over Butler, and have had 3 of those this quarter alone. Kidd finding Marion running the floor. Facing Kidd, 10 assists. He has not scored. He's controlled the game. Shot clock down to 4. Turioff wants to find a shooter. Maggette will get it off. Did well just to hit the iron, and Tolliver still working. Tolliver and Turioff, and finally CJ unable to track it down.
Well, Marion, he is so good in early offense, and Kidd knows how to find him.
As you said, they played those years together in Phoenix, so
Curry just off his game.
Marion,
he just short-armed it.
4-foot floater went 2. C.J. Watson dropping in the jumper. The best thing about this game will be that the Warriors have a game tomorrow night.
Yes, how true. They've still got a long way to go here.
C.J. fouling Butler on the jumper. 5:14 remaining in the third. It has been all Dallas from the first quarter on.
Named the Midwest region's most outstanding player.
I think that's where people first started to see Steph Curry and saw the brilliant shooting. But it was the passing and the ability to be a point guard at this next level that has people talking about Stephen Curry.
Well, he has made 2 of 3 tonight from 3-point range, and Kentucky could have used him today. I know at one time they were 0 of 20, 0 from 20 from three-point range.
Well, we're winding down in March, and Steph, his numbers should win him the Rookie of the Month in the month of March. It's nearly 50% from the field, nearly 50% on threes, and 90% from the line. He's missed one free throw in the month.
Well, we'll see how he responds the rest of this game and tomorrow night.
Well, having a game tomorrow night, how would you approach the rest of this game?
I can't use the word on TV, but you play your little tail off.
Okay.
That's what you do. You don't save anything at any time. You play hard. You get into a good groove. You never relinquish, and you play with pride.
Chris Hunter is fouled.
The thing about Curry, we'll see that response tomorrow night, because I've always said that, the great players don't often have two bad games in a row, and I consider him right now to be a very good player. Very, very good player. Despite being a rookie, that doesn't mean anything to me now.
Does it become as simple as just try to win the quarter?
Oh yeah. You're not playing to score.
Yeah,
you're playing the score to see if you can win the next minute, the next 2 minutes, the next 5, the next quarter. That's exactly right.
Chris Hunter, the ball hitting the shot clock, and we've just seen, Hunter shot there, Maggette on a couple, Monte on a layup. It just, sometimes it is not your night offensively for the second highest scoring team in the NBA. It's been pretty amazing this year. Second highest scoring team, 7th best shooting team, 5th best free throwing, 3rd best 3-point shooting team. And that's with the revolving door roster for the Warriors this year.
Tolliver played Nowitzki extremely well there.
Shot clock down to 3. Kid misfiring.
He's still now scoreless, but 0 for 5.
Curry is 3 for 11. As you said, Marion, it's all early offense. Nowitzki missing a 3. Devin George. Tolliver coming up with a rebound. That one knocked out of bounds by Kidd. Man of the night will re-enter the fray. Roderick Beaubois. He went to a Michael Peters basketball camp on the island of Guadeloupe. And think of, outside the United States, which other foreign country has the most players in the NBA?
France.
It is Francais.
They have 10.
Vive la France.
You know what's second? Serbia.
Yeah.
With 6.
Tolliver hitting a 3. Anthony Tolliver's first 3-point attempt right through. Jason Terry will step in. Battle one out. Tolliver hit one. Shot that one over everything. Nice throw ahead. C.J. Watson will get the freebie. Rick Carlisle's coaching to make sure his Mavericks finish this game the right way. They've been awfully good tonight. Dallas has played with a big lead from the second quarter on.
They can ill afford to lose Joe Thornton.
No, Joe Thornton, Heatley, Marlowe, any of that number one line, particularly with the playoffs coming up in the next couple of weeks. Mavericks dominated the second quarter, and that gave them the big lead that they've been playing with. East-shirts of the Warriors encouraging fans to go green. Carpool will take part in the Warrior-Knicks game on Friday, April 2nd, and receive 2 for the price of 1. Log on to Warriors.com or 888-GSW-HOOP and press 1. The operator's ready to help you right now.
the Knicks. I don't know if you read Peter Vesey, but he is not a Mike D'Antoni fan.
9 straight losing seasons for New York. That's a franchise record. But it's all going to be fixed in the summer, Jim, when they go shopping.
Right, possibly. A lot of things happen. A lot of things don't happen.
Shot clock down to 9. You can't play Nowitzki any better. We just hope he misses the fadeaway, and he did.
Tolliver's done a great job on him so far this quarter. Former MVP, Dirk Nowitzki. That 2006-07 season. Well, Beaubois, he is quick.
Well, he's got that Tony Parker quickness. C.J. Watson missing that 3.
And he landed with a thud. And Nowitzki doesn't miss this too much, but he did there again.
I'm thinking of Frenchman, Parker quickness. Reggie Williams took it the length.
Nowitzki's only 31, and that's not old by NBA standards, but I have a feeling Nowitzki is one of those players. He's not going to play very well much past the age of 33, 34. And I love Dirk Nowitzki. Nothing. He just somehow I just don't think he won't be able to guard anybody.
Steph, a little show and go, and we've seen that more frequently. And the Warriors have reeled off 9 straight. You talk about winning the quarter. They are winning this third quarter.
Well, that's the way to elude a big man or a small, quick guy who's chasing you down.
I think Nowitzki's a little fresher this year is that he didn't play internationally, finally. He had heavy-duty summers playing for the German national team. And Beaubois hits his 6th 3 of the night. His first points of the second half. 38% three-point shooter coming in. He's 6 of 7.
Well, he made 33 coming in tonight. He's made nearly 20% of his total this year tonight.
Well, I think the three-point line has been the game. The Mavericks are 12 of 20. The Warriors are 4 of 17.
If you notice the third key, I said three-point shooting, and I just said three-point shooting. It counts for both teams.
They have 24 more points from three-point land, and they lead by 25 points.
And this is a game where it really has been a factor. Can Morrow get on track?
I was going to say that was going to be the shooter's role on a night where there has been none for the Warriors.
Now Morrow's job right now and the rest of the season, his minutes have been diminishing since Reggie Williams came. We all know that. But Morrow has to learn to move without the ball and get himself open and create a shot once in a while.
Butler dropping in the jumper.
What an acquisition he is for them. He can play the 2, he can play the 3.
All right, baby, do it for us.
Reggie Williams had that knocked away. Terry gave ground. Marion is always the first one down.
He's still a quick jumper, isn't he?
Marion 16 tonight. Nowitzki 13. Beaubois with 29. 26 in the first half. A career high for him. Shot clock off.
Mavs had a foul to give here.
Reggie Williams 3. And the Warriors, a team that is hung in against pretty much every team at Oracle all year. They shoot 33% on an ugly night against the Mavs. Get ready to begin the fourth at Oracle. Reasonable first and thirds, but that second quarter has proven to be the difference. The three-point shooting with the career game of Roderick Beaubois. And the Warriors shooting 34% while Dallas shooting 54%. Reggie Williams, C.J. Watson, Anthony Morrow with Tolliver and Devin George. Butler knocking that away. So, Jim, where do you see Dallas in terms of a playoff thing? Because
they're a dangerous team, and they're capable of beating anyone, quite frankly. I mean, they can give the Lakers a little run because they can play outside, they can play inside, and they've got defense on the interior.
They can play you a couple different ways. You know, if you want to go Haywood Dampier against Bynum,
well, you can see
Gasol, or if you want to go small and quick, they've got a lot of assets.
That's what I'm going to say. They can play you small, they can play you big. Dampier's had a 20 rebound game this year. Haywood's had a 20 rebound game. And they saved the ball? No.
Good hustle by Tolliver. There's only 4 to shoot. See, you look at the Lakers and say, where are they most vulnerable? Well, their point guard defense is where they're most vulnerable. And I think it's important that Dallas catches Denver but stays away from the 4 spot.
But look at those teams right there. I mean, the wins and the losses. I mean, you can go from 2nd to 5th before this end of the season.
Beaubois missing there. The reason why you want to stay out of the 4 or 5 spot is you would see LA most likely in the 2nd round. You don't want to do that. You want to see the Lakers for the Western Conference Finals as Morrow misses a 3. There's some awfully good shooters having real rough nights in a Warrior uniform.
Yeah, that's a mistake defensively. A little bit of a drive by Caron Butler, but the defenders were there, and the man who was on Terry got in no man's land.
The Mavericks are shooting better from 3-point land than 2-point land. 62% on threes. Anthony Morrow will get the follow. This unit, they get to play almost the whole 4th quarter. This is about, as you said, Jim, Morrow continuing to work on things. Reggie Williams, who this is the first rough game he's had. Brilliant the last several games. Anthony Tolliver just continues to play well. He's got 14 rebounds.
I know he's come in, and he just is eating the ball up.
Marion's having a field day running the floor. He's 8 of 10.
Yeah, the smalls didn't get back there. Tolliver's been superb.
14 rebounds in 19 minutes and playing as hard as he normally does.
Well, he had 1 rebound at half.
Well, the way the Warriors have been shooting, there's been plenty out there. Morrow, nice little take inside.
Yeah, this is what he has to learn to do. Missed his first 4 shots tonight. Forced up that 3 a few minutes ago. Got the little short one and comes back with a nice drive. He has really got to improve his overall game, ball handling skills, everything.
Marion missing. Reggie Williams with the rebound.
See, he can handle the ball. He's more of a natural small forward that regard.
Devin George missing the 3. 4 of 20 from 3-point land. 3 prior meetings against the Mavericks have all been incredible games. Warriors winning with only 6 players, 111-103. At Dallas tonight, Monte had 46. It took free throws at the end. It was 110-101. And the game February 8th, the Warriors led with 6 minutes left in that game, and Dallas ended up winning by 10 as they went on a monster run the last 6 minutes, 127-117. But
that night, the Warriors were 8 of 20 from 3-point land. But all the games have been close. Monte had a 46-point game against them.
Beaubois missed wide right. And 6 of 7 on threes with 31 points.
There's a look. It was. CJ should have. That's a nice drive again. So 3 straight inside for Morrow on his ball handling and conversions.
Good adjustment for Anthony. Outside shots not there tonight for the Warriors. It's been all Dallas. Sometimes for years, the Warriors have played Dallas very well, regardless of the coach, regardless of the players involved. Mike Montgomery through Don Nelson, upsetting them in the playoffs, obviously.
Tonight's game is an aberration. We haven't seen games like this. And again, it was primarily caused by Beaubois shooting in that first half.
Deshaun Stevenson misfiring. C.J. Watson with the rebound. Reggie Williams missing. Well,
Reggie just hitting the front of the rim tonight.
Yeah, well, the way the Warriors have shot, they wouldn't have fared well against very many teams at all, let alone a good team like Dallas. You shoot 32% in an NBA game, you're doomed.
He had to shoot because he had a 3-second violation. He's going to get to the line. Sean Stevenson.
He came over
yeah,
with Butler and Haywood. And that would get Matt Carroll into the ball game. Matt Carroll out of a small Catholic school in the Midwest.
And can shoot the basketball. Previously in Charlotte. Got a lot of playing time in Charlotte when he first went there.
He got a big contract in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And involved in the Zagana job trade. Going to go over to Dallas. Matt Carroll's a career 40% three-point shooter, and with the Bobcats had a year where he shot 44%, another year he shot 42%. A 29-point game at halftime, and Dallas has tacked on one single point to that lead here in the second half. A 4-point game at the end of the first. The damage was done in that second quarter. Stevenson, now his jump shot has been missing in action for a couple years.
Yes, it has. He came out of high school. I remember him playing in Utah, but he just needed to work on his shot. He's a tough kid, plays pretty good defense.
That's his role here. Is Reggie Williams unable to get that in?
Well, but Sean, he's not an NBA shooter.
He is shooting 28% from the field this year. And Stevenson last year shot 28%. The year before shot 31%.
It's hard to believe.
It's just, 31%, 38% the year before. But he just lost confidence in his shooting.
And yet plays 10 years in the league.
Anthony Morrow is an NBA shooter, but the scuffle tonight has to have the Warriors from three-point land. That will be the pass and crash offensive foul. The reason they call it the pass and crash is that once you drop the ball off, you can't run over the remaining defender. The Warriors will go to LA tonight. Play the Clippers. Maharaj with the block. We'll see the Clippers twice in LA before the season is done. Rhea misfiring. Steph Curry drops in a three. Steph is 3 of 4 on threes. The rest of the Warriors are 2 of 18.
Hard to swallow.
Look at the way the Warriors played the Lakers and the Suns. Came from 21 down to beat the Hornets. Blew out the Grizzlies, but this has been a clunker in that second quarter. And those 12 minutes really decided the issue. Not scoring, and just hasn't been there this evening. Our Honda, great drive of the game. Monte Ellis, 2 of his 14 points. Warriors were unable to exploit the small Dallas lineup. And Rick Carlisle is showing there is a different way for the Mavericks to play, and they're outsmalled the Warriors tonight. With Beaubois 31 points and Jason Terry with 9. Kidd played alongside. They went with 3 guards a lot. Barea came in. Marion went to power forward. Nowitzki went to center.
Carlisle's done a nice job with this group. He's a very calm, confident coach.
Well, he was a good
coach of the year.
Yeah, good coach in Detroit, good coach in Indiana.
Well, yeah. His first season there, he was 2002 coach of the year in the NBA. Then he went to Indiana. They won 61 games, best record in the league.
He was a quality assistant for Larry Bird and the Pacers before becoming a head coach.
Assistant up in Portland, 3 seasons with P.J. Carlissimo.
Harab has made 3 threes tonight, but missing there. That's one of the only shots he's taken. 5 threes, and he's made 3 of them. And that's the play right there that Reggie Williams is more than just a scorer.
Well, he's got to do more of that and become a well-rounded player. And tonight, he's tried to force it a few times, gotten it blocked. That was a great play.
Beaubois, have yourself a night. 7 of 9 on threes, blowing by his previous career high. He has 34 points in 25 minutes. Reggie Williams, who had a 29-point game, a 22-point game this week, and he's just off tonight.
He's missed all 7 threes.
C.J. Watson just continues to come up with steals, among the league leaders since the All-Star break. In fact, was leading the league since the All-Star break. As Tolliver drops into 3. I think Anthony Tolliver will be the one Warrior that had a quality game tonight. He and Corey Maggette, but Tolliver 8 points and 17 rebounds in 25 minutes.
Made both his threes.
Carroll missing a 3. Stevenson will track it down. Sean Stevenson, if you're wondering about the Abe Lincoln beard, he and Drew Gooden got into a hair growing contest.
Well, you know what?
Kind of a back and forth.
Sean won.
Yes, he did. 4 score and 7 years ago.
That is an Abe Lincoln beard.
Yes, it is. James Harden's got a good beard. Baron Davis has a good beard.
Yeah.
Did you ever go beard?
No.
You always had the mustache?
Always had a mustache. Ever since 71.
So in the late 60s and 70s, particularly after the ABA-NBA merger.
Yeah.
I mean, you had some
long sideburns.
Oh, absolutely.
Long sideburns.
I'm thinking of Clyde Frazier.
Yeah.
And then Artis Gilmore had the mutton chops.
Yes, he did. Oh, my word.
And then the little Dizzy Gillespie underneath.
I noticed Azubuike tonight. Kalinick, who's here, has shaved off his little stubble underneath his chin. I kind of like that. He looked. Yeah. Now it's all clean again.
It's too clean cut. He didn't need the rugged look. Correa missing, and Morrow. Anthony's done a good job in the 4th quarter. He's attacked the basket, rebounded, had a block shot, and it's stripped there.
You really have to protect the ball when you're going into the basket.
C.J. Watson fouling Matt Carroll. Is it easier for a player to turn the page after an ugly game? Or do 1-point losses stick with you and 20-point losses don't? Or
I've always said NBA players are resilient, and you don't like a game like this, but you will forget about it. The 1-point loss stays with you a little bit, but then by the next day you forget it because you just move on to the next game, and your focus is that. You have to be able to compartmentalize.
Warriors did a nice job on the road trip where San Antonio, and in the second half against Memphis, they had it handed to them and come back and play Phoenix terrifically here. Beat up on Memphis, and then just an ugly shooting night tonight. There's just no way to say it. 33% shooting.
Well, what you do, though, when you play badly individually, you have to look into yourself, and you've got to dig down and have some pride and
beautiful move by Curry
and a killer instinct. That's where the killer instinct comes out. That the next night you're just going to beat the other guy. You're not going to let him beat you.
Yeah, the Mavericks have not scored as much as Memphis did Wednesday night. I mean, Memphis scored 110. So if you'd given up 105 to Dallas with 2.5 left, you'd say, all right, the Warriors would be in the game. But it's been the Warriors short-circuiting offensively. And some kid from Guadalupe having the night of his life.
Mikael Pietrus discovered him at his camp, the basketball camp.
Beaubois got 37 on 8 of 10 3-point shooting. And Morrow bottoms a 3.
Oh, I love seeing him get that for him.
Anthony, 11 points, 5 rebounds. You're watching guys that can shoot a couple threes as Stevenson commits a foul on the rebound. Rodrigue Beaubois will never forget the night in Oakland. He went for 37 on 8 of 10 threes. Steph Curry still a nice ability to finish at the iron.
And Mike Miller also had 9. He's done it a couple of times. I believe, no, Mike Miller had 8, twice against the Warriors. Mike Miller's had 8 on 2 separate occasions. But you've got 2:07 to go. And per minute played, you work this out for Beaubois, he might come up with another 3.5 points.
Well, they're leaving him in the game. Step back at the side of the backboard. And CJ missed the 3. Beaubois will pull his 8th rebound. Naharat stuck the foot out and will pick up the foul. Steph Curry has played through the second half, Jim. He didn't score in the first half.
Right.
He has 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists now. After,
as I said,
that's a very good half of basketball, let alone a game. And that's how you bounce back and keep on playing.
That's what I talk about with pride. Look for him to come out of the gate a little stronger tomorrow night. And he's playing a lot of minutes tonight. They rested Monte Ellis. Monte didn't have to practice yesterday.
Yeah, Monte's had the flu, or has had the flu for the week, and we saw it Wednesday. He looked green against Memphis.
You just kind of forget that this man at the free throw line has 19 rebounds.
Yes, no, it's
19.
Well, the Warriors have missed 66 shots.
But he's got 12 defensive rebounds.
No, he's been terrific. Well, Tolliver, you never fault his energy level. He plays hard.
He plays smart, too.
Beaubois has tied the opponent's record. His 9th 3, 9 of 11.
And he's got a 40-point game. That's something special. Curry just dribbled that right off his foot.
Beaubois running to the three-point line again, but Berea goes it to Carroll, who misfires. You love the game of basketball. To watch someone really get in that zone and have that kind of game is awfully fun. And we've seen a lot of Warriors do that this year in terms of scoring and shooting. And C.J. Watson drops in a 3, but watched Anthony Tolliver get 10 points and 20 rebounds in 28 minutes. But Rodrigue Beaubois, a 40-point night, 9 of 11 on threes. He did it in 29 minutes. And the Mavericks 16 of 30 from three-point land tonight. The Warriors 8 of 29 from distance, and they'll shoot 33% for the game. They're a team that is second in the league in scoring and averages 109. The offense just was not there tonight. And Berea just going to take the 24-second violation, and it's a good way to handle things. And the Mavericks, it's all about being the number 2 or 3 seed and seeing what kind of run they have in the postseason. And that will do it. Simply shooting the ball tonight, the difference. Rodrigue Beaubois with 40 off the bench in 30.